Hawk Sports fans, welcome back to the channel. We got a huge interview for you guys today. I was just telling him off camera, I've been bitching about this fight for a long time. We saw our boy Miles Chapo Johns in the octagon just a month ago, removed from Vegas 109. Miles, thank you so much for joining us, man. I'm a huge fan, been keeping up for you a while, and it's an honor to have you on here tonight, man.
Man, I appreciate your kind words. It's a pleasure to be on.
Yes, sir. And like I said, guys, well, he's not only coming on here. This is a Saturday night. Every other American in the world right now is watching college football, chilling with their family. Especially Miles has a huge family. Looks like a lovely family from what we can see on the outside. So he's taking time out of his Saturday night to come on here. So that just shows you.
You know what? I was just at the pond. I'm at the ranch right now. We're at the pond with my family. We're fishing. We just got a couple bullhead catfish. And my alarm went off, and I remembered I had that interview, so I hopped on the four-wheeler, drove back up to the house, and now I'm here. So, just doing living the American dream, I guess.
For sure. That sounds like a great time. I'm from Kentucky, so that sounds like a perfect Saturday night to me. If I'm not in front of a TV watching football, love fishing, love getting on four-wheelers. So that's what I like to hear, Miles. That's what I like to hear, bro. And I guess I got to ask you, man, just to start off with, this is probably an obvious answer from you because what you just said, but I always start every interview with, how are you and your family currently doing?
Man, we're doing well. I'm blessed right now. I got a beautiful wife. I got four beautiful, healthy kids. So there's nothing I can complain about. You know what I mean? Like, this game is tough, man. It's freaking tough. You go into a fight and to show up, you get half your purse, and to win, you get half your purse. Yeah. So after the fight, like, your lifestyle completely different depending on the way it goes, and it is really tough when you feel like you did enough to get the win, but you don't get rewarded for it. But at the end of the day, I can't complain. I know a lot of other people are worse off, so it is what it is. So my family's doing well. I'm lucky to be in this position. Thank you, Dana White, and to the UFC, to where even off of a loss, I can support my family for a good amount of time. But I'd be doing a little better if we got that win. But like I said, I'm not one to complain, so it is what it is.
Hey, man, that Paramount deal is coming into effect in 26, though. So hopefully, I don't know if it'll be different pay where, it's show and win. I don't know what it'll be, but it looks like the price is going to go up. So I'm very excited for, everybody in the UFC that comes on here, especially with what you just said. It's very unfair. Some guys get knocked out, some guys get submitted. And then they don't get that win money, but it's way different in a guy in your position where I believe you won the fight. A lot of people in the MMA community believe you won the fight. The commentators believe you won the fight, but it just comes down to three judges, three human beings. Yeah. The difference in you getting that win money, and then, the rest of the world can think one thing. So that's what hurts me a little bit more where, a guy can get slept, he doesn't get his money, but then it's way different where a guy like you had a fantastic performance, showed such a good display of heart and grit, and showed a great 15 minutes of mixed martial arts. So that stings me a little bit more. But I do want to kind of ask you now, since we are on the topic of it, since we are a little over a month removed now, is it still kind of sting you right now, just kind of based off what's going on and, just me talking about it? Or are you just kind of like, you know what, man, it is what it is. I fought my ass off that night. I competed for 15 minutes straight, didn't give up 1 second, to him. So I just want to ask, now that you're like a month removed, how are you kind of feeling about that? And can we potentially see you later or 2026?
It's like, it does hurt. Like, it still hurts because at the end of the day, like I said, it's two different lifestyles, whether you win or lose. But like, to your point, I don't really feel like it's that much different for the people who get knocked out or get submitted. At the end of the day, everybody who steps in that octagon in the UFC has worked their ass off to get there. And they probably worked their ass off for that fight. And anybody can slip on a banana peel at any moment. So somebody could have given the best camp they had. They could have put everything into that camp, and they can get slept in like the first round, second round, third round. They could be winning the fight and then get caught in the third round. You're still going home with half your check. And to me, like, that is just as gut-wrenching for me as it is for any of those other guys who lose. Like, or maybe they just get outclassed. Maybe they just step in there with an opponent that's much better. It's still hard to put in all that work, put in all the hours, put in all that money to therapy and to training and to all this stuff, and still only get half your purse. I'm not one to complain, but I just wish that it was different, to where like maybe it was 75-25. Maybe it
Yes.
wasn't just 50-50. You know what I mean? I'm also to your point, like I'm also not one to complain about fighter pay. I mean, I'm living my dream. Like I train all day, I hang out with my family, I take care of my kids, my wife is at home, and I'm able to do that off of my UFC salary, which is huge. And 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people were not able to say that. Only the highest level guys are able to say that. So like it is getting better. And I'm never one, like I don't think a victim mentality gets you fucking anywhere in life. Like I really don't. So I never take that mentality. Could it get better? Is Dana making a shit ton of money? Yeah, he is. And like, could it get better for fighters? Of course. But I think that it's going to. Like you said, the Paramount deal, the more eyes we get, I feel like fighter pay is going to keep increasing. But I'm happy with my position. I just wish that it wasn't 50-50. I wish that it wasn't like you only get half your purse if you win, because I do think fighters will still go out there and they'd still fight their ass off. And I think like even if you get knocked out, even if you get robbed by the judges, whatever it is, you should get you should get a little bit more than that. But I mean, I'm happy now. I also understand that if I don't want to have to complain about what the judges have to say, maybe I shouldn't leave it in the hands of the judges.
That's
Instead of having the mindset of like I have 15 minutes to fight, like I need to get through 15 minutes. Now I've switched my mindset up to where it's like I need to take this motherfucker out in 15 minutes. Not like I need to be ready, like my cardio needs to be ready to go 15 minutes. It's more like my cardio needs to be ready to break this dude within 15 minutes, because you can't leave it in the hands of those judges. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a learning lesson. I'm taking what it is from it, and but I'm still blessed, man. I mean, I'm way too blessed to complain. So it is, it is what it is.
I love your mentality that you just said there on it. It's a way different perspective. I think that can kind of take your game to the next level too. Whenever you say that I've got 15 minutes, I need to put myself in a position to have that cardio to be able to get somebody out of there in 15 minutes rather than to prepare for a 15-minute war. So I love that mentality from you, bro. That's a great way of looking at it. But I just want to kind of now, Miles, you did fight early August. We're in the end of, I guess, September now, you could say. Is there a chance that we do see you at the end of 2025 this year, or is it probably going to be early 2026 next
Dude,
season?
I really hope I'm getting there into 2025. I really hope. I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I need to be talking more shit. I'm not sure what I need to do, but I really hope I get in there before the end of the year. But if not, I mean, beginning of the next year for sure. But I'm also ready for short notice fights.
Let's go.
When Chihuihuis fell out of Rob Font's fight, I hit my manager up and I was like, "Yo, if Rob Font needs an opponent, holla at me. I'm ready. 2 weeks, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready." Sorry for my language on here.
Dude, I cuss more than you, I promise.
Okay. And then I saw that Martinez jumped into that Rob Font fight, which shout out to he did a heck of a job, capitalized on an opportunity. That kid's good. But I saw that he jumped into that opportunity. So then I saw that Quan Lee needed an opponent. And I was like, yo, I'm ready for it. My manager actually hit me up about that. He's like, yo, do you want this fight? It's in 2 weeks. Can you make the weight? I'm like, yes, I can make it in 2 weeks. I'm ready. Let's go. And ended up being that the UFC needed a Hispanic for that fight, UFC Noche. So I understand. And then that kid capitalized on his moment too. But I'm just waiting. If an opportunity like that comes up, I told my manager, just please let me know, because I'll be ready, whether it's 2 weeks, 10 days. If it's less than 10 days, I'm not sure I can make the weight, but I can make the weight in 10 days. So 10 days or more, holla at me. I want to jump in there. I feel like a short notice would be a really good way to get my momentum going. Just jump in there when nobody expects me to fight, sleep somebody, and we'll be right back on track. But if that doesn't pan out, then yeah, hopefully by the end of the year. A lot of Apex cards are getting lined up. So
yes.
they're getting lined up. So, I mean, I'd rather be in front of a crowd, but if I got to bring a banger to the Apex again, like, let's do it. I'm down for it.
Thanks, man. And I mean, they're going to be at Vegas 2 more times this year, even in arenas. You got 320 coming up. That's 2 weeks away. And then you got 323, which is, I mean, it hasn't been announced, but like it's going to be at T-Mobile. I think everybody knows that. So there is a lot of opportunities there. I love to hear that for you, bro. That's why you got a lot of fans right there. Everybody loves guys that are going to get off the couch, get after it, and make weight, and then get in the octagon. Not a lot of guys in the UFC will do that. They'll just kind of hold their spot and be like, I'm not doing that. I got to have 8 weeks. So respect to you for doing that, Miles. And I hope you get a huge opportunity. Like that Noche co-main event, I would have hated that because Rob's actually one of my good buddies. I would have hated to see you guys compete with each other. But I would also been excited for both of you because that's a huge slot, a co-main slot on a big card. So I would have mixed feelings about that, but I'm excited for you, man. I hope something comes up that's really big for you, brother. Because that'd
That's
be
what the
dope.
sport's all about, though. Like I really like Rob. I was a fan of Rob before I was even in the UFC. But the
He's
sports,
good.
all, that's what it's all about. Like, I mean, when fans see two guys that they really like, and it's like, man, this gonna be a good fight. I don't know who I want to win. Like, we love those fights. Like, look at Diego and Gene Silva. Like, I love
Yeah,
both those guys. I love Diego Lopez. I love Gene Silva. Like, seeing them fight, like, I didn't really care who won. I was just so excited for a really good fight, and they freaking gave it to us. I mean, they gave us a freaking war. So it's like I'm like, I'm also to the point to where like I really respect a lot of these bantamweights. I have a lot of respect for everybody in the division, but I'll fight any of their asses. Like, I mean, I'll fight in like any single one of them. I'll fight them. But I also love those guys. I know that we are very alike in a lot of different ways. I have a lot of respect for them all, and I just want to give the fan fights. Like I want to give them fights that they're going to enjoy. So that's kind of my mindset right now, and I also want to be one of those guys that's here for a long time. I want to be like some people catch fire and they become these huge stars, and I'm never going to hate on anybody if that's happening to you. Like you, what's the kid's name? Is it Wellmaker? What's his first name?
Malcolm Wellmaker.
Malcolm Wellmaker. I mean, kid is catching fire, bro. Like he got all these fans behind him, all this hype behind him. Man, props to you. Like God bless you. Like I'm here for it. If that's you, like I'm here for it. And he's older. Like he has this story. Like I love it, man. I love it. But if that's not me, then I just want to be one of those staple guys that's like, man, this dude's been in the UFC so long. This dude has like 15 fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like he's always got to bring a hell of a fight, and people always respect it. Just like Touchy Philly was on my card when he fought Rodriguez or who Touchy Philly fight? Andre Philly fought.
Oh my God.
Alex A-Rod, not A-Rod. He fought.
He won. I remember he won.
He won against a guy.
Who it is?
I know who it is. I know who it is. I can't think of it. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, Touchy Philly's just a staple. Like people respect him because he's just been in the game for so long, and he brings freaking bangers. And that was a good win for him. So that's kind of my goal right now. Is just that when people see Miles Johns on the card, they know like at least that fight's going to be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to tuning in. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. I really love this is why I love doing these interviews right here, because you really get to hear like the perspective of these guys and they're talking to you. And Miles, I appreciate you being so open of like how you think on a day-to-day basis, man. Because like this has been really dope to hear how you think about stuff. So I really appreciate that. And hopefully
Christian
we see
Rodriguez.
Chris, yes, it was him.
Yeah,
it was. Yes, it was. Yeah, that was a good little fight too, man. People got to
I
quit
love both
sleeping on
those guys. I mean, I appreciate both those guys. C-Rod's a G, and Touchy Philly's a G. He just had his voice out. Those are like, I mean, those are awesome fights. We got to have those fights. You need the superstars, and maybe one day I'll catch fire like that and be that. But you also need those guys that are just bringing the bangers.
For sure, especially at the Apex. Casual fans hate on Apex cards. Real fans, they're sitting on the TV, whether it's in an arena at the Apex or wherever it's at in the world on Saturday nights. So I'm not a casual. I love the Apex fights. They're freaking sick, bro. But
right.
Miles, we were kind of talking a little bit. I guess you did tell us what you were doing before you hopped on here. What is a day off, I guess, besides fishing and four-wheeling? What's a day off look like for you and the family? Is there any other hobbies you guys do besides like fishing and doing four-wheelers?
Man, we love to get outdoors. Like, I mean, before that, like I said, I'm at the ranch. My father-in-law's cows got loose, so we had to hop on the horses and bring the cows home and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's like these are some real cowboys out here. So it's pretty exciting. But we also love to go on hikes. I just anything I do to spend time with the family. My kids are growing. So I try to really cherish those times. They also do a lot of sports. They love MMA. They love wrestling. I coach an MMA program. I coach a wrestling program. They've had fights. My sons have all had cage fights.
That's awesome.
No headshots. It's just body shots and submissions. But there's some little ninjas. So anything to spend time with family and just try to give back. I love to help the younger guys at the gym and stuff. I just like to have fun, just try to spend time with family and like to have fun. So that's what I'm usually doing on my day off,
That's cool, man. It's always good to spend time outdoors, especially if it's a nice day. I do have to throw out there that my uncle actually does have a cow farm close to Louisville. So
okay.
I know a little bit about cows. I can't sit here and act like I'm a cowboy myself because I'm sitting in my house right now. I don't have any boots or any big belt buckles or anything like that. But I'm a little bit of a country boy. I'm from Kentucky too, so I know how that gets down. Bro.
I grew up not a country boy at all. I mean, I'm not from the country at all, but my wife is a country girl, and I've really trying to fell in love with the lifestyle, you know. And when they have cows and we raise grass-fed beef, and like when we have to brand the calves, these calves are probably up. They stand and they're up to my chin, and you got to reach around them. You got to wrestle them down to the ground and hold them down and brand them. It's good for the calves, you know. We're not hurting them. We're just keeping track of them. And I fell in love with it because, like, I mean, no wonder could there's such thing as called country boy strength, you know, because it's not easy wrestling those calves. They're freaking strong as heck. So I fell in love with the lifestyle, and I'm trying to earn my cowboy hat.
For sure, bro. It sounds like, I mean, at least from what I've been hearing, at least what I see on Instagram and stuff like that, you definitely have earned your cowboy hat. I think I need to step my game up and get my cowboy hat. All I have right now is a freaking fedora that I got from the Kentucky Derby last year. I got to step my damn game up, dude. I got to get a cowboy hat too. So I'm slacking in that department. So I'm going to have to join you on that one. But you did just bring up your wife. I want to ask, because we were just talking about some animals too. I think I saw somewhere where you and your wife run like a golden like doodle business or something like that. Is that something you guys still do? And how did you get into that?
We do it real low, like on a lower scale, you know, not many. Yeah. We do it sometimes. But yeah, my mother-in-law started, she had a golden doodle business. She's been doing it for a while, for over 15 years. And so my wife and I had some moms that we also bred, and we have golden doodles all around the world. I've sent some to California, to Mexico, all over the place. So we haven't had any litters in a while because, I mean, with fighting and the 4 kids and homeschooling, it's just been a lot to be able to have the puppies, but we still help her out when she needs help and stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's Four Paws Dude Ranch is the name of our ranch. So
I love that, dude. That's sick. I'm a big dog guy. That's like my favorite animal. I know that's such a basic thing to say, so people are gonna shit on me for saying that's a casual comment from me. But dude, I love dogs, man. They're so you can't hate on dogs. They're always there for you. They're the best things in the world. I don't care what anybody says.
Man's best friend always. I mean, they should. Then hopefully they'll always be man's best friend.
Yes, man. The dogs are never going to turn on us. I don't care what happens. You got to put something in them, put something in their dog bowl, put a pill in there, or something like that, or put a shot in them or something like that to make them turn on us. Because those are the best things in the world. It's God's creation. But speaking of God, I know you're a big man on faith. Anytime I got a man that comes on here that's big on faith, I'm going to ask him about that too, because I'm a Christian man myself. So I just want to ask you now, Miles, what does your faith mean to you, you know, just in everyday life and inside the octagon to you?
My faith means everything to me. If I'm being honest, my faith means everything to me. I've been in some dark places in my life, and faith has pulled me through. God has pulled me through. Yeah, it means everything to me. I try to structure my life around that. You know, if it's not fruitful, if it's not giving back, if it's not representing, if it's not just like what God desires me to do, then I try not to do it. You know what I mean? So everything I do revolves around that. And yeah, man, especially in this day and age, I feel like it's very important for the young kids with social. I mean, so many things pull us away from that, pull us away from just our human self. And yeah, man, I'm very blessed to be where I am right now. I'm very blessed for my family, very blessed to have my wife and my kids. And yeah, I love God, man. It means everything to me.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate the message on that. I always have to ask that question, especially whenever I have guys on here for the first time and I notice they are big on their faith. So I appreciate you sharing your message a little bit about that right there.
Absolutely. I appreciate you asking me, man. And it's not like, I feel like you got to have a lot of courage right now, especially just right now with recent events, to say that I love God and I'm a Christian and I follow God. Like, you got to have a lot of courage to say that. And I want everybody in the world, whether I lose, I mean, people lose followers for it and stuff. And I don't give a damn. If you don't like that about me and you unfollow me, I'm not saying everybody that follows me needs to be a Christian. But even if you aren't a Christian, if you're going to unfollow me because you aren't a Christian, then go ahead and unfollow me. You know what I mean? Like, I know everybody's not Christian, and I don't cast judgment on anybody. You know, everybody has their time, and I'm here, and I love everybody, Christian or not. But yeah, if you unfollow me because I say I am, then we got a problem.
I'm on the same team with you right there, man. I'm always going to come on here and talk about that. I mean, it's the biggest picture you can paint in life right there. That's what it's all about. So especially in this time period, you know, people need to be outspoken about being a Christian. And like you said, you know, I'm not going to hate on somebody if they, they have a belief or have some other religion. But if you're
I
gonna,
got close friends that are not Christians, and like I'll make jokes, and we'll like something will happen that seems like kind of divine or kind of like a crazy coincidence, and I'll be like, man, before you know it, you're gonna become a Christian, and they'll laugh and be like, yeah, right, man, and it doesn't bother us. Like I know you're not, I know they're not a Christian. They know I am a Christian, and it doesn't bother us, and it doesn't put a hindrance in our friendship. So
yeah,
things like if other beliefs put in your friendships, then there's an issue within yourself. You know what I mean. So, like I am proud. I am proud to say that I am a Christian and I follow God.
hell yeah, man. I'm gonna give you a fist bump. I've never done an on-camera
Let's
fist
go.
bump. You just save that for the end. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm on the same team. If you're gonna call me because of that, go ahead and leave the team. I don't want you here anyways. So I'm right there with you on that, Miles. Couldn't have said it better myself. But now I do want to kind of switch gears. This is the fun portion of the interview. I always do 5 rapid fire questions at the end. I just pull up random shit and try to ask funny questions, try to ask stuff that makes guys think, maybe something that you haven't been asked before. So my first one, I got to ask you, Miles, if you could pick one food to eat the rest of your life, but you wouldn't gain any weight from it, what food would you pick and why?
Peanut butter toast with honey. I just love
Hell
it. I mean, it's good in the morning, good in lunch, good dinner. I love
yeah.
peanut butter toast.
Yeah, peanut butter, dude. You can't go wrong with peanut butter and toast. I mean, you said you have honey in
Get your
there.
protein, you get your carbs, you get your fat. You'll be good to go. You can live off that.
I'd be totally fine with peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and honey right there. I'm right there with you
Yeah.
on that. That's a great answer right there. Most people I'd probably say like freaking pizza or cheeseburger because that's so unhealthy. That's actually a healthy food though. That's a healthy food for you right there. Keep you
Peacefully, yep.
good. So that's I love that answer from you right there, man. I love to hear that. I guess my next one would be though, Miles. What's your go-to song? I guess if like you're in the back before a fight, what's like the first song that you're gonna go to your playlist and play?
Man, that's a good one. I got a bunch of different songs that I go to. By now though, I just kind of go to Samurai Meditations. It's kind of cheesy, kind of like oh, this guy's listening to Samurai Meditations backstage, but just anything that centers myself, anything that lets go of any sort of outcome or any sort of results. I just gotta be present. I gotta be free, and just gotta live in the moment. And nobody, hopefully, God forbid, nobody dies in there, but you need to be willing.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think meditation's corny at all. And anybody that says it's corny, they probably haven't even tried it before. It's kind of one of those things I feel like it's out there where people like to make fun of it and they're like, "Oh, that's not cool or whatever." But, I think that just falls in the line of many things that people haven't tried themselves. So why, like, how can you hate on that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my opinion on that, but I think I'm right. So no bias shit. I totally think that's for me. I totally understand that from being a former athlete myself. People have to do what gets them relaxed before events.
Yeah.
And if it's meditation, which a lot of guys do at the highest level, that's why you're a professional fighter, then why not do it? Or at least try it. Don't do on it. So I love that answer right there, brother. My next one, Miles, is a little more funny. Besides yourself, who do you think the best dressed UFC fighter is?
Best dressed. Let me think. I mean, I'm always looking at Volk for my swag. I feel like he's very casual, very laid back, but still very trendy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I love I like Volk swag.
I love that. Volk is a little swag guy. He's not going to walk in with some crazy like tux and pants or anything like that, but he's always got a good fit on.
Nothing crazy like that.
Yeah, it's just
the suits aren't swaggy to me. I mean, the suits are nice. I mean, I like suits. I like it. I like it all. If you look nice like that is, but it's not swaggy. It's not like, you know what I mean. It doesn't show as much character. But I mean, people do suits, whatever. I'm not hating on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a casual swag.
For sure, I'm with you on that right now. Like I'm just rocking a casual hoodie right now. So I'm up, and Miles is in his cutoff. We're just rocking casual shit right now. So I'm all for team casual. I don't want to put on a suit and tie. But I'm not hating on you.
Yeah.
I'm with Miles. I'm not hating on if you do that. It looks sharp as fuck. I just like to be casual as well. So I'm team casual for sure. My next one for you, Miles, would be what's more satisfying, landing a takedown or defending one successfully?
Man, maybe before the last fight, I would have said defending one, but I've gone back to my wrestling roots a little bit, so I'd probably say landing one now.
Okay.
I gotta get back to my wrestling roots. So, trying to fight myself on that and convince myself that landing a takedown is more satisfying.
For sure. I think it really just kind
Although,
of
if go ahead.
for sure. I was just saying, I think it kind of just depends on how the fight's going. Like, if a guy is shot on you, he's gotten maybe 2 or 3 takedowns early in the fight, and then you finally stuff one, you're able to sprawl out. I feel like that's kind of like that's more important than you like just landing a takedown in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it depends. Though. I'm kind of in between on that one, but I like your answer there, though, for sure.
It depends on who you're fighting. It depends on the fight.
I think so. I think so for sure. But Miles, my last one I got for you is: do you have a favorite sports team that you support outside of MMA?
It's gonna be cliche, but the Chiefs, man. I live in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
I love the Chiefs. I live in Kansas City, so I love the Chiefs. My boys love the Chiefs. My wife loves the Chiefs. So, yeah, we're big Chiefs fans, So I would definitely say the Chiefs.
That's awesome, man. I love to hear that. I mean, there's obviously a lot of Chiefs fans out there for obvious reasons, but you're from there, so that's different. You're not a bandwagon. You're gonna get shit for that for saying.
I'm
that
a little bit of a bandwagon, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I grew up, I was a Falcons fan. I loved Michael Vick. When I was in Dallas, I kind of tried to rock with the Cowboys for a little bit, but it didn't work out too well. And then I moved to Kansas City, and I had to rock with the Chiefs. So people call me a bandwagon. It is what it is. But yeah.
Fuck them, man. They're solid though. They got a big game tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football. I guess this will be posted the day after that happens, so it should be a banger though against the Giants. Sunday Night Football tomorrow night, big one. I like that answer, man. But Miles, I have unfortunately gotten to my final question for you. I ask every single fighter that comes on the channel the same question before they go. What is your last message to the fans tuning in to watch this interview, to continue to watch your journey inside the UFC, and hopefully watch you fight again in 2025?
To any fans watching, man, I would just hope that you guys enjoy my fights. I hope that you know that I go out there to bring entertaining fights that people are going to like to watch and that they're going to relate with. And I think that people tune into fighting because they relate with that. They relate with the heart and the grit that it takes to get out there. And so I hope that you guys just know that I'm giving my all and that you enjoy watching me fight. That's it, man. I'm just here to entertain and here to give my best foot forward.
Yo, man. Well, you guys heard
Glorify God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glorified by God. But big man of the people, I'm so glad we got to have you on here tonight, Miles. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, especially on a weekend night. Holy crap, that's so hard to do. Life is crazy. Saturday is usually one of the one days of the week where it's free. So thank you so much for your time on here, man. I'd love to get you back on here once you get hopefully you get that short notice fight coming up, or once you get one booked, bro. I'd love to have you back on here to preview that. And I really appreciate it tonight, brother.
Absolutely, man. God bless. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Miles Chapo Johns, everybody. You'll see him in the octagon sooner rather than later, probably. And we'll see you guys next time on Hawk Sports. Appreciate you tuning in.